Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets, one of the coaches at TradeView Markets. You know, it's CPI day. It is Wednesday, and it is what? It is August 10th. All right. So, Coach gave a. Let me actually. You know what? Let me sign into TradeGATEHub here. Let me see what I'm doing here. You know what? With the VIX so low in this type of day, when there's fear of missing out, it's going to be very hard to pull back or have some sort of reversals. The $1 million question is if they were going to fade the up open or continue. And so far as at 11 a.m., they can continue. You know what? Going back to, I'm just going to get right to it. You know what I mean? Getting back to our, the weekly, we do one every day, including Monday. Just these hedge funds, and everybody is just underinvested, and the hedge funds are, so the hedge funds are short. They're not even underinvested. So that, with a benign CPI number, it looks like they're taking the market up. Look at this very nicely. And you know what? With the VIX this low, I don't see anything abating at this point. So let me get back to the so this was our market sentiment. I apologize. Docking that was yesterday. Mike Santoli. Here we are this morning, right here, guys. Also, look at what this is right here. Hedge funds. This was yesterday. Lisa Ann Saunders is the head of Charles Schwab, by the way, has a lot of pull in the street, and she should. So this was yesterday. Hedge funds have increased their bets against the S&P to significant degree white. They look similar to 2000. So after, let's go to my charts, if you will. So as the market continued, wow, this is amazing. As the market has bounced, now it's coming to some. Well, you know what? I thought there was resistance a little bit on Monday. Now the S&P looks like it's going to go through the 200-day. It needs to settle through the 200-day and stay there. But certainly, if hedge funds, and they have been shorting, for anybody that's been watching this, go back to our YouTube channel. Anybody that's been watching our channel know that they've been short since, the SPYs were 370. So getting back to, and still here. And so let's go back this, even like a week ago, and going back to what Lisa said. And by the way, this is just one person. Everybody knows that one of the things that I say most on here is hedge funds are still short. So hedge funds have increased their bet against the S&P. So if they're pressing and pressing and pressing into numbers that are going against them, I mean, they either have to cover or wait. I mean, that the news is out now. So earnings season's abating. Not really sure what catalysts are out there going forward. I haven't really done I haven't really read into it, meaning like literally reading into I'm just playing what I see right here. So I haven't read too much of it. I'm not an economist. I leave that to the professionals, as the cliche is, you know what I mean? So right now I'm just price action trump sentiment. So right now I'm going by price action, and I'm going by volume. I'm also going by, if you look some of these stocks, for example, let's look at BBBY. And it may be a poor example, but I hope everybody can recognize my point. The SPYs are precipitously higher. So are the Qs, for example. So when you look at Bed Bath & Beyond, if you want to fade something or take profits, you don't look at stocks that haven't made new highs yet. For example, Shopify. Shopify is one of them. Shopify, let's look at all right, let's even go back to 3 days. The high on Shopify 3 days ago was 42.57. Right now it's under 40, but the Qs are higher than they were 3 days ago. So Shopify is not making new highs. That to me would see to take some profits, reevaluate the position. And it's just one example. I don't care if it's Kellogg or if it's Apple. That's what I looked at to gauge strength. I did see something was up at the plug this morning, and something is up at the plug. Look at, you know what, head numbers. What am I talking about? Plug, nice move through resistance, cup and handle. There's no question. ENPH, the leader, is the best of breed. The TANs have been the solar index is the one everybody's been running to. It's been the solar index and the XBI basically in the second half of this year, if you will. Okay, let me go against here. So you know what? In days like this, when you're on the wrong side of the trade, it's, and as the hedge funds are, and actually even a lot of positions are a lot of funds are under positioned or underweight. And as the VIX, comes down here and the volatility abates, is even, well, it is eerie, if you will. I think Coach probably, what is going on here? Yeah, did something on that, but yeah, it's just, you can't have a, you can't, listen, it's easier to break a habit than an opinion. If you had the opinion that everybody's short, the market short, you know what, it's gonna either, you're gonna go, well, not to exaggerate, you're gonna go broke, or you're gonna learn the real hard way, and that's what we're trying to, for you to avoid. All right, so let's go back here. Okay, couple of lessons. That was yesterday, actually. Pardon. Okay. I would give you a shot of my screen lately so you guys know what I'm looking at. Futures. Okay. By the way, I like the way that everybody's communicating in the room, going on volume. Let's look at Planeteer today. All right, up 23 cents. Now, with the market absolutely flying and Planeteer, it's just is what, me, well, you know what, with a couple of percent right here, I wanted to see it go over 970. We're talking about that, Joe. Planeteer is just, there's so many good stocks to own now. And this TTD, by the way, I punched the chart on this up yesterday. What a chart. But I wouldn't have taken into earnings, and it's not really my play. But you know what? I wanted to bring everybody's attention. Certainly, you could have played some positive pin action on TTD's numbers. But that's a nice move on that stock. You know what? That's a sort of become, it was a best of breed, fell out of favor, and now it's becoming a best of breed again, if you will. Listen, this is a chart. People want into this. This is not a short squeeze on the TTD, in my opinion. This stock this stock didn't have a fall to glory like Square did, or even Zoom. This TTD was a sexy stock, for lack of a better term, and came back. It didn't really have any bad earnings or anything. It just got brought down with the sector. So good stock, TTD. All right, go make the TGH. Okay. How about that pullback? Yeah, I posted 2 charts yesterday. One of them was TTD. AMC. Joe has been on that. You know what? AMC, if you want AMC to go up today, let the market sell off. Then AMC will go up. It'll do the opposite. It really will. It's one of those days where they sold off all these, these meme stocks, and they took profits. All right. Right here, I'm talking about meme stocks. Memes are bouncing back. Retail trader favorite stocks are having their best quarter. All right. So you know what that means? The traders coming back. It actually gives me an edge, because when these meme traders come in, no disrespect, that gives me, it's almost like a bunch of rookies coming to the poker table when I'm sitting with $1 million in chips. That's how I feel. So short-term market sentinel, tactical risk, go over it. Our earnings that were last night, but then I also posted those same earnings that were moving in the morning right here. So TTD, by the way, this morning was up 16% as of 7:20. Right now it's up. TTD was up 32%, I believe, at one point. Okay, we gave you the I gotta sell something here. Hold on. All right, thank you for your patience. All right, Musk reports sale of Twitter of Tesla. It doesn't mean that maybe that's over for Tesla. Conversely, Tesla shrugged off the news and is peaking at $870. It might be that he had to liquidate for any. If it did, maybe he wants to buy Twitter or something. It's he wants to free up some cash. It doesn't mean it's over. You have to look into that. Pardon. Then what was this? 4 hours ago, EMPH Fizzler stocks aren't letting dip buyers in. That's a sign of a strong stage 2 breakout. And I've been learning about these stage 2 breakouts because Coach is even helping me to stay in my winners, just a little bit longer. It helps. Okay, TTD, yes. Oh, look at SG go. Sweet green. You know what? SG. No, it was a different stock. It's not sweet green. That sweet green got down to 15 of the 14 this morning. That reported number, that 14 and sweet green, it rallied. Huh. That's interesting. All right, next. All right. Bristol Myers news on WIN. Anybody have any questions, Coach? Good trade. Posted my screen again so everybody looks at my general universe. Lewis, you're on the money and have been. So any questions for anyone? Let's look at what the wise guys are doing coming into 11:15 on CPI day. As the market's up 700, the Qs are up nicely. I'll go to the end of the season in a second. Okay, what are they doing here? This is my Twitter universe. It's only 50, 60 people I follow. We'll go to the big headline. PayPal, they like PayPal today. Why not? Meta calls, coin. Let's go into some empirical situations. GDX bullish. Keep that in mind. Lemonade. Talk about a squeeze. They like the lemonade. That reversed what it thought. You know what? No one's really stepping. Let's look at what CLH. US dollar is on pace to close. Okay, there you go. The dollar is on pace to close below its 50 for the first time since February. Okay, we're in August. That. By the way, you should be following Bespoke. And look who follows this guy. Everybody that I follow, even Santoli, who doesn't follow a lot of people follow him. So you got to follow these things and pay attention. What happened here? All right. So Bespoke, keep in mind that what the dollar's doing. It's a market mover during a major hot number. CLH almost 4 times volume today. So let's look at CLH. Strong stock. Okay. Another one to follow is Stock Beep Scanner for those who don't have or can't afford. I'm sensitive to that. Real-time scanning. Go to this guy. 35 seconds. Stocks breaking down in the morning. 2 minutes ago, stocks breaking out. No, that was breaking down. Breaking out in the morning. Plug. I said it 14 times. TTD. Bank of America. Hope you're on it, Lewis. Meta. And we saw that had options. CPNG. It keeps going. I think that the Korean Baidu was something like that. CPNG was the other one I had. I had real small. That's a thought. What's going up there? BE, bad hold, TD. What a TD. What a move. ON Semiconductor. Look at ON Semiconductor on the list here. You know what? I shorted a little ON Semiconductor and why? Okay. First of all, here's the Qs. Okay. They're making whatever you want to call it. 1 week daily highs. ON Semiconductor was a product of the MU fallout, if you will. It can't even reclaim the 8-day. This is what I was looking at in the 10-minute. It had the gap. Yeah, I started right here through this gap here. I'm down in a little 65, right? But that's what I took a chance. You know what? It's kind of it makes sense. I'm going against still a nice uptrend. I don't know if yesterday was the flush, but I took a shot at where the gap was. Something's going up, and that was it. You know what I mean? So it's not the sexiest of trades. Yeah, if you get the idea, it's more the important point. What else? So Stocks Beep Scanner up high with relative volume in the opening hour. I couldn't have said it better. TTD to no surprise. VLD CLSK. That's the Bitcoin situation. Look at CLSK. All right. CLSK. All right. So I'm interested in CLSK. This is what I say. You know, it's one of these crypto moves or energy, if you will. It's a combination of both. I mean, it did make its move. It's above the 50-day. The RSI is not overbought. It has positive price action. What does that mean? When the futures pull back a little bit, it stabilizes and goes up. When the futures go back up, that's positive price action. When the futures come down and the stock can at least hold its own, and then when the futures in an uptrend stabilize or go up and it also go up, that's positive price action to me. Also, they're saying VIPS has good action. What's VIPS? I'm not interested. Up 7 cents. Something's going on here. Solar's still good. Futures not giving it up. AYX. Now it's bullish again. Nobody wanted it. What's the other one? Where's Path? Path, dead money. AI, dead money. All these other ones that I would. XM. All right, XM, I got an interest in now. It's a good company, but it's just left for dead. You know, okay. Any questions, guys? Let's go USO. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. Let's go to this. As long as we're talking about Stock Beep Scanner. Let's go here. And by the way, these are free scans. I have, proprietary ones that I made, but this is what we need right here. Up high and relative volume. This is relative volume here. I'm sure I mentioned every stock here 4 or 5 times. It's up here. BR, and TTD, Bark, NVTA, CLSK, set at BE, plug, JMIA. All right. So as the futures are near the high, what is breaking down on the day? Oh, you know what? Not breaking down. Let's say down on high relative volume, and we'll go near the low. Let's go to time area. CME, like they're not playing the SLB, Roblox, DNA. These are stocks that should be going down. The meme stocks. BBBY, parted, GME, you know what I mean. All right, so I'll leave it at that, guys. I'll be on after lunch. It was a good week. Go throughout the week and review. It's more about what stocks have moved. If the strong stocks that were good beforehand and that have held before the number in the proper rotation, predicated upon the meaning them rotating properly with interest rates or inflation. So take note of that, because I might start adding today. Look at stocks like Chewy. Pardon. No, Chewy was Chewy. Now it's building a nice base here, right? All the moving averages are moving up. It's a little bit, it's in the higher end of the RSI. Volume came in. So you know what? I don't know if I want to be Chewy, if I want to really short it. I don't know if I'd like to buy it, but it's certainly constructive. You know what I mean? And if we've been saying if the new lows have made in, certainly if the stock goes from 44 to 25, 48 to 25, we're in trouble. You know what I mean? So let's hope the new lows are made in there at least. Chewy, Etsy, Newmont still can't bounce. Microsoft now has a gap above the 200-day. Apple has been above the 200-day for some time. Google still below it. Amazon, same situation. Meta, all right, but it looks better than it is, because that's 156 to 178, that chart here. PayPal, so some options going on there. Square, there's Baby Brother, AFRM, Net, Twilo. Yeah, they're going up again. TTD, what a move. And some BLI. What's on this BLI? All right, so I'll leave it at that, guys. All right, so cheers. Thanks for tuning in. This being Wednesday, I won't be on tomorrow. I'll be on TGH all day long. Next video is Wednesday at 11. So you know what? See how they close. If the trend is true, then you have to step in a little bit, because certainly there some entries into some stocks are arbitrary, and I wouldn't be doing a lot of too much right here. But certainly, this is where you may want to start a bit dipping your toe again. Like I said, going back to yesterday's video, I did sell a lot going to this. I don't feel bad about it. It could have went the other way. But do go back to the video. I did hold the basket of bunch of breeds, and I'm up very nicely in them, and I'm going to add to them. I'm not going to say I'm going to go in and stuff. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to start buying Chewy, whose charts look good, and I don't know really if it's a tag along, blah blah blah. But things might have changed constructively. So let's see how they close. Always stick to price action range and good volume, and no matter what really the trend or inflation number, you stick to those three and dip your style in, and then certainly over the long run we're going to make money and take money out of the market. So cheers everyone, have a good rest of the day. I'll be on